can expect coming up.
And Juneteenth is on the way to becoming an official state holiday in Louisiana. More on the observance of this holiday and some events happening around Acadiana for it coming up.
And the American Academy of Pediatrics updates guidelines for children returning to summer sports. We're breaking down the recommendations.
And it is a warm and humid start to our day with more hot and humid weather in store for your weekend. Details just ahead.
From Fox 15, News 15 Today starts now.
Good morning. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Carter Simino.
Good morning. I'm Alex Worstel. Thanks so much for tuning in.
The IRS will be sending out millions of refunds for taxes paid on unemployment benefits. All told, the agency is distributing upwards of 2.8 million refunds just this week.
They're going to have people who have already paid taxes on 2020 unemployment compensation. The reason, there's new legislation on the books that excludes those benefits as income.
The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 excludes up to $10,200 in unemployment compensation per taxpayer paid last year. Therefore, taxes paid on the benefits now count as overpayments.
The IRS refunds mean most affected taxpayers won't have to file an amended return. The agency says some 13 million taxpayers may qualify for the adjustment. The IRS also announcing tax relief to some Louisiana residents who became victims of severe weather and flooding back in May. Residents now have until August 16th to file tax returns and make tax payments. Now, this only applies to 5 parishes in the state and here in Acadiana. That includes Lafayette Parish. The deadline for June 15th remains for the rest of the state.
Louisiana's Office of Motor Vehicles is warning you scammers are trying to get your personal information through text messages. Watch out if you get a text claiming you can collect money from the office through an internet link. The office's online transactions are all done through its secure expresslane.org website, and the OMV will never ask for sensitive personal information through text messages.
State lawmakers have completed a 9-week legislative session. The House and Senate brokered a bipartisan deal in the final hours of the session on a complex set of tax swaps that they're hoping to persuade voters to pass in the fall election. They also agreed to shift about $300 million a year in the sales taxes charged on vehicle purchases to future road work.
It's time now to get a check on the forecast with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier.
Yes, Adam, good morning. Another muggy start to the Friday.
Yeah, hot and humid out there, Alex and Carter. We're seeing those temperatures in the mid-70s and even upper 70s now. A little bit cooler than previous days. We had some drier air settling into the picture thanks to that high pressure that's just off to our west. And you can see that even with our dew points that are in the low to mid 70s rather than the mid to upper 70s. So as we go forward in time, we are going to see those temperatures warming up quickly here. As we have that dry air in place, air tends to warm a lot faster. We'll be near 90 degrees by noon. We're going to talk rain chances not only today but through your weekend. And also, we got to talk about what could be happening in the Gulf next week too. We'll have the latest on that coming up.
Sounds good, Adam. We'll be checking back soon. Moving on, parents can still register your children ages 18 and younger to receive free meals throughout the summer. The Lafayette Public School District has created a Summer Saturday program supported by Focus Foods. Registration for this new program is required for each child. For more information and to find out pickup locations and times, you can head to our website at kadn.com.
Well, the Girard Park Circle is now open to traffic. The roadway was closed after the cross-drain pipe between Girard Park and John Cooley A failed, but the metal pipe was replaced with a box culvert that will drain water from the park to the Cooley. Girard Park Circle reopened after being closed for more than a year.
The St. Martinville City Council is issuing a revised juvenile curfew due to the increase of shots fired and shootings. Starting July 1st, juvenile curfew is from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Juveniles in transit to or from work, family functions, or school activities will not be issued a citation. The curfew does not apply to minors accompanied by a parent or guardian.
Well, the Realtor Association of Acadiana will host a ribbon cutting and open house today to unveil their new location. The Realtor Association of Acadiana is a membership organization which services 6 parishes within the Acadiana region. The event starts at 11 a.m. at 234 Rue Beauregard in Lafayette. The Hilliard Art Museum hosting an exclusive reception to kick off their summer season of exhibitions. The members-only event is set to take place today from 4 to 6 p.m. Those interested in becoming a member of the Hilliard can find more information online at hilliardmuseum.org/support/become a member. Once a member, the event is free to attend.
Tomorrow, the Family Tree Information, Education, and Counseling Center is holding an online family art night. The one-hour event will take place on Facebook, where artists create a piece of art while you and your family follow along to make your own masterpiece. You can visit acadianafamilytree.org for tickets. Also tomorrow, Lafayette Farmers and Artisans Market at Munkus Park celebrates its 8th birthday. The event was rescheduled due to the threats of severe weather last weekend, but you're invited to the party to enjoy live entertainment, cupcakes, and other fun activities tomorrow from 8 to 1. There will be giveaways and lots of vendors to shop with.
Well, the 5th annual Bicycle Safety Festival is here. The one-day event's mission is to educate motorists and cyclists here in Lafayette about the rules of the road. The free festival is set for tomorrow from 2 to 5 at Park Sans Souci in downtown Lafayette, and there will also be a safety course. Those who complete it will be entered to win a free bicycle from Hub City Cycles. There'll also be a family-friendly glow ride put on by Bike Lafayette. For more information, head to broussard-david.com.
Mayor President Josh Guillory is honoring state champions of all high school sports teams in Lafayette, individual athletes as well, dance teams and cheerleaders. That with a parade of champions. This Sunday, floats will line up at Blackham Coliseum and proceed down Cajun Dome Boulevard and Congress Street, then enter into Cajun Field.
We want everyone to come out, celebrate, and it's not just football champs. We've got basketball, there's some wrestling champs, cheerleading, just all the folks who've been successful, all the kids who've done what they needed to do this year and been successful, not just academically, but in the athletic world.
The Parade of Champions will take place Sunday and will start at 10 in the morning.
To catch up on continued coverage of the latest news around Acadiana in the state, remember you can always visit our website at kadn.com. Well, if you own an Amazon smart speaker, Ring doorbell, or tile tracker, you've been automatically enrolled in a new program. We'll tell you what you need to know coming up.
And the price of cars surged at record percentages in recent months, and the computer chip shortage is partly to blame. Further details to come in Consumer News.
And outside right now, sunshine and warm temperatures, and we're staying dry for the time being, but that could change as we head to the weekend. Details just ahead.
Al Abair has more coming up today in our Friday feed. You don't want to miss it.
Adam, can you handle this?
You should get a puppy, Brandon. No, like, I totally get that.
Set is attaching right now.
Lab mix could mean 95 pounds of just another human. Yeah. But you for sure want to adopt one? Or you want to, or not necessarily? No! You can't. I don't understand how people foster, because then what happens when the dog leaves and you're beside yourself? Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, nice. Yeah, because what kind are they again? Oh.
Hey, Brandon, do you know we have to do teases early today? Before
I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that.
They're almost done.
But yeah, we do have to do them because we've got to shoot a promo for some, you know.
If they can hear you, tell them click the prompter, please.
Lauren said click the prompter, please. She doesn't know.
What are we doing, Lauren?
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth?
Juneteenth, yeah, go to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back. On June 19th, many people in Acadiana will come together to honor Juneteenth. This year, it may be a little more special because it's set to become an official state holiday. House Bill 554, which declares Juneteenth as a statewide holiday, has been approved by both the House and Senate. The bill is heading to Governor Edwards' desk, where he's expected to sign it into law.
UL following suit, also declaring Juneteenth a university holiday for the first time ever. UL is observing the holiday one day early since the actual holiday falls on a Saturday this year. And observance classes are canceled and campus will be closed on June 18th. Then on the 19th at noon, chimes and the victory bell at Kadn Field will ring 19 times. UL's president, Dr. Joseph Savoy, says this is not only a day off, but a time to reflect.
Abbeville is having their first annual Juneteenth celebration on the square. The weekend-long event is being put on by Abbeville Friends of Freedom, an organization working towards peace, unity, and progressive growth of the community. There's still time to volunteer if interested.
And on your screen is a list of more events going on in Lafayette Parish for the Juneteenth holiday. The celebrations start June 18th at the Macomb Vesey Community House, and there will be African drumming, dancing, and vendors, a whole lot more. On June 19th, the official day for Juneteenth, there'll be many events here in Lafayette, including a workshop and a family fun day. You can find this full list on our website at kadn.com.
Well, prices for Uber and Lyft continue to increase across the country as a shortage of drivers remains. We're looking into how this is affecting you.
But first, it is almost the weekend. Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier will have everything you need to know regarding raindrops after the break. Stay with us. 8:11 on your Friday morning. Start your week off with us right here on News 15 today. If you have a dad with a sweet tooth, Al Abear will be showing us some Father's Day sweet treats.
Plus, a recap of the weekend and a look at the week ahead, Monday from 5 to 9.
Always tracking, always alerting. Here's your Storm Track 15 weather.
Welcome back. A warm and muggy start to the day.
Yeah, let's find out if this mugginess will be sticking around for the weekend with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. Adam, what say you?
Well, Carter and Alex, we are going to be watching for hot and humid conditions to persist, but rain chances, at least for the first half of your weekend, not going to be there. The storms don't return until Sunday, so when we look at the headlines today, toasty temperatures, and then tomorrow, we're getting even hotter. And then by Sunday, I would say that it would be heat relief, but a lot of these storms don't look to return to the forecast until we're already hot on Sunday. So that's kind of the downside to it. I-10 at Ambassador, though, showing a lot of sunlight, but we do have some clouds now starting to build in the picture, 79 degrees with a dew point of 75. No air movement out there right now, but as we go through the morning time, those winds are expected to increase. Also, our temperatures increase too. By 11 o'clock in the morning, Sun and clouds mixing out there. We're not expecting any rain today. High pressure controlling our forecast with highs right about 90 degrees. It is going to be a scorcher outside. And then we get into the evening hours and you can see those temperatures dipping down into the upper 80s there. As we get into the overnight though, well, pretty similar to what we've been seeing. Those mid 70s across the region with a few clouds passing in the sky. And looking ahead through the weekend, we are going to be looking at those temperatures in the 90s, Saturday and Sunday. But the difference is Saturday, high pressure basically overhead. That should allow us to stay dry with warm temperatures, low to mid 90s. Sunday, storms do return to the forecast, but notice how I keep it at 91. That's because the storms aren't expected to develop until after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So kind of a half and half weekend there, but still pretty hot overall. We're going to be watching the Gulf, though, as we go forward into the weekend. That is because late next week, low pressure is expected to develop somewhere in the Gulf. Now, where exactly is still up for debate, but the idea is a low pressure is going to develop here and likely, at least in some form, move northward. Now, depending on how far north it gets, how far to the east, how far to the west it is, that could lead to rainier times in our forecast. And so when I show you this 7-day, just keep that in mind because the weekend pretty much set in stone. We know that we're going to see some storms coming in on Sunday and really going into the middle part of next week. Our forecast remains unchanged. But Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I want you to watch the Gulf and pay attention to the forecast because not only could this be a rainmaker for someone, it could develop into a tropical system. And so we're going to talk more about that coming up in our next half hour, but the idea is definitely keep an eye on that as we head through the weekend. We'll be updating you every step of the way here on News 15.
Sounds good, Adam. We'll check back soon. Let's hear now from Fox News' Doug Luzader. Tease, you just meant like because we had a sock coming up to just. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I got you.
Start your week off with us right here on News 15 today. If you have a dad with a sweet tooth, Al Abair will be showing us some sweet Father's Day treats.
It's part of a week of Father's Day gift ideas from Al, and in typical Al Abair fashion, some ideas will surprise you.
And all eyes will be on the Gulf of Mexico as low pressure looks to bring some moisture to parts of Acadiana. We'll be following those rain chances for you.
We'll also recap the weekend and preview the week ahead, Monday from 5 to 9. The G7 summit begins this morning in the UK as President Biden hopes to lead an international response to COVID. As
Fox's Doug Luzader reports from Washington this morning, it comes as there are persistent questions here at home about the origins of the virus.
This summit has even adopted President Biden's campaign slogan, Build Back Better, and much of the focus today will be on COVID. The cameras fired nonstop as the leaders of the U.S. and the U.K. renewed tight diplomatic bonds. But the rest of this summit won't just be a day at the beach.
We're going to help lead the world out of this pandemic, working alongside our global partners.
After the president's pledge of 500 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine to poorer countries around the globe, other G7 members are likely to make their own commitments. But part of the broader effort here is to create unity to counter the growing influence of China, which continues to stonewall investigations into the origins of the virus.
Well, it's been a year. Where's the proof? Where's the smoking bat?
Here at home, there is mounting pressure for the administration to lean on China and a growing belief that the virus may have leaked from a Chinese lab, something China vehemently denies. As for the U.S. vaccine commitment, President Biden says it comes without strings attached.
Our vaccine donations don't include pressure for favors or potential concessions. We're doing this to save lives, to end this pandemic. That's it.
And as for vaccine donations, we're likely to see the G7 collectively commit to giving away about 1 billion doses. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
Well, do you take short breaks while working or learning? We'll tell you why researchers say this could strengthen what you learn.
Al Hebert has more in Friday Feed coming up. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
Welcome back. It's a different kind of Friday Feed this week because Al Hebert visited Food with Love.
He did. Food with Love provides meals to hospice patients and their families. And it's been a great morning watching this all transpire. We're going to send it out to Al now.
Hey guys, we are back and we're doing Kent's famous biscuits. Now, as you know, I have a sad biscuit saga. I make very bad biscuits. Ken makes Very good biscuits. So what we've done, we've added all the ingredients, the buttermilk, the
flour, the butter, the honey, the sour cream.
And now you've kneaded this. And about how thick did you?
This is about 1 inch high, maybe just a slight bit under an inch.
Okay, and now you're going to cut
them.
Now
we're going to cut them. So we use a little bit of flour on our biscuit cutter, and you never want to use just the knife because you want the edges to be fully high. Because if you use a knife and it seals them, your biscuit won't rise. So we're going to put this one in the middle, and we're going to let our biscuits go, and this is a hot skillet.
Now let's show this to the camera, because John, I want you to look at this. If you notice, this looks a lot like the store-bought biscuits that I can never achieve that look. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, that's a compliment because my biscuits are very sad. But what you've done, you folded this and you never use a roller. Tell us about why you don't roll these things out.
Well, same reason you don't use a knife. The roller just smashes everything down and it keeps your biscuits from rising. So you use your hands and just push the dough out, and don't let it get any lower than what we have here. And that's sort of the technique.
Now, what's interesting, especially for the Cajuns out there, which I am one, you're putting this in a hot black iron skillet. Tell us why you're doing that.
We love to have a little brown crust under our biscuits.
Oh, that's great.
And this is the way you'll get it. Notice that we're going to slightly knead again as we try to get more biscuits out of the dough.
Now watch this technique. Now this doesn't appear to be. I don't see a lot of oil in this skillet.
No, this is these skillets have been used a long time, so they're really almost non-stick, and we will just keep adding biscuits to them, and they'll slide right off when they're completely done.
Now, Alex, I hope you're paying attention to this because this is a great thing to do. Hey, we're going to go back to the studio. More News 15 today. We're with Kent Zerang, Food with Love. I got to tell you, this has been an extraordinarily interesting morning, learning all about biscuits and shepherd's pie.
Alrighty, great stuff, Al. We'll check back. Cruise officials confirm that 2 passengers aboard the Celebrity Millennium have tested positive for COVID-19.
And we got to talk tropics. We're taking a look out across the Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf. Is there anything we're keeping our eye on? We'll let you know coming up.
No. Well, do we know the difference? Because I'm confused now. Like I'm trying to make sure that.
Can you see if it works?
What do I need to do? Should I put a new battery in? Do I need to something? What do I need to do in the meantime to test it?
So we had the wireless pedal's not working.
Where is it?
We're gonna test her out. How was your birthday?
It was cool.
Was it?
Yeah,
Did you do anything fun?
It was boring in the morning, but at night.
Yep.
I do best. I got on my video game and create my life simple. And talk shit at the same time.
It works. I just did.
It works. We're good to go. Thank you.
From Fox 15, News 15 Today starts now.
Good Friday morning and welcome back. You are watching News 15 today. I'm Alex Worstel.
And I'm Carter Siminow. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Well, one juvenile female is in critical condition after a shooting in the 1100 block of North Pierce Street in Lafayette.
Police are saying the suspect got into a verbal altercation with the victim that turned violent when the suspect pulled out a gun and shot the